Hi. Hello. Hi. We're not starting right now. We're starting in 5 minutes. I made a sign. See? Can everyone hear me? Hello? Hi. Uh-oh. I forgot to start the timer on the sign. It still says 5 minutes. You probably thought 5 minutes later that it was still going to start in 5 minutes. Well, that's okay. Let's start now. We're going to talk about the Protection from the Dark Arts 101. So, let's start with a list of things that can protect you from the bad guys. So, let's see. Salt. It's the first thing on the list. Salt, if you eat a lot of it, you're unhealthy. So don't be like me, but on the plus side, maybe bad spirits are blocked away, but then heart attacks. So you may want to stay away from some of that. Maybe just put it on as cologne or something. But salt, you know, like when people would put they spill some salt and they throw it over their shoulder, that's to protect people from the bad spirits that made them spill it in the first place. So it can also act as a barrier, so you can salt the caulking around in your front door, and it'll stay there forever. Well, almost. And but be careful, because when it's a barrier, it also keeps things in. So if you forgot to banish the things out of your house in the first place, then you may have trapped them inside there with you, which may be a good thing if you're the evil spirit in the first place. So there's that. Anyway, scientifically, it absorbs water and prevents bacteria from growing, because bacteria needs water. Still water anyway, not the running kind. So dropping a dry salted chip on the floor may have some credence to the old 5-second rule. So, but I wouldn't recommend it, because it's still getting dirt on it, or poop, or whatever is on the ground. Anyway, it can also work on mouth sores. You put a little salt on your mouth sore, and it'll heal it faster, and it will also hurt like hell for a good while, but it'll heal it faster, so there's that. Next on the list is running water. Running water gets rid of baddies. It also makes a barrier. So I have a question. If I pee on a vampire, does that kill him? If you've ever tried this on a vampire, please let me know in the comments how that worked out for you. Also, scientifically, running water kills germs, which is why we wash our hands, especially during this time of the year, of the 2020 year. Anyway, so make sure you wash your hands. Get rid of all bad spirits and germs. And it's also pressurized stuff can also kill germs too. It is why we wash our hands, but also it can keep things in, so all the pressurized water in your house that's underneath can make a boundary that bad spirits can't go through. So if you have an entire ring around your house underground of hot water and cold water pipes, you might trap bad spirits in there. Somehow you might want to redo your pipes. Anyway. Also, the color black. The color black also draws in the energies and sort of puts them away like a black hole. At least that's what some people believe. Either way, black has been used as a spiritual protectant. People wear black jewelry, onyx, black tourmaline, and whatnots and have-yous. Black candles are also good for banishing bad things. And scientifically speaking, black absorbs all the visible light rays, which is how the absence of color is what we perceive as darkness. So, also psychologically, it eases emotional stresses, which is probably why a lot of goth kids, when they're growing up and they're transitioning from kidhood to adulthood, they have that goth phase. But then there are some people who realize, I look hot in black and goth clothes, and they stay that way because they're not wrong. Anyway, the color white is also a bad guy protectant. It protects. It looks clean. You can tell when it needs to be changed. Probably like this thing needs probably changing. It's a little not white anymore. So you can tell when there's germs on it a lot easier. So it's not an accident the doctors wear the white, but culturally it represents cleanliness, and it's easy to see when you need change. And also white candles are good for banishing evil, but scientifically it reflects all the white light, all the colors of the light, and so it bounces things away. So everything, it'd be kind of like a mirror to the bad guys. See? Also, cold or wrought iron, not to be confused with how they spell it on yard sale pages, like rot or O-T. It's W-R-O-G-H-T iron, wrought, because they wrought it into the iron shape that it's in. Anyway, it can be used as a physical weapon to hit the bad person on the back of the head, but it can also hit bad entities that are spiritually dispersing them, like in Being Human, which we may go into that later in another little thing. If you guys like this thing, we might do another thing like this on this kind of stuff in folklore. So iron knickknacks and pendants are a good thing to have around your house, to have sort of like an American Ninja Warrior style obstacle course for the bad guys. And they pop themselves on sharp, pointy, wrought iron things. Some people actually wear a nail or barbed wire, if you're into that kind of thing. Scientifically, iron is ferromagnetic, which doesn't mean that it's feral. It just means that it's able to accept a magnetic charge, see? And then maybe that's why, since if a thing is evil or a spirity thing is electromagnetic, because on ghost hunters, you see, they go around looking for EMF things with their EMF detectors. They're looking for those things. Maybe that's because that's what the spirity thing is. And if you with a big crowbar, it'll disperse it, and it'll all go inside the crowbar, which may mean that it also goes inside you. So you may want to wear gloves if you use like a frying pan to disperse a spirit. That's bad. Whoosh. You might want to get the oven mitt or something. Yeah. So sunlight is another one. Apparently, sunlight is bad for vampires, just like maybe peeing on them. So we'll find out if that worked out for you later. So if sunlight kills vampires, it also could possibly be why ghosts don't pop out during the day a lot of times. Although ghosts don't tend to follow a lot of rules, so sometimes they do and in the daytime. But scientifically, sunlight does kill germs, and it prevents you from getting rickets because you absorb it and you create some vitamin D inside you like you do. And it's also possibly why a lot of the old ancient gods, like Apollo, the sun gods and whatnot, were also gods of healing, because it would get rid of jaundice and make you full of vitamin D. And you would, later on, some of us who didn't get a lot of sun, if we moved up north around the England, Ireland areas, we just drank milk instead for the vitamin D because there wasn't a lot of sun. So there's that. And gold and silver. Gold is often symbolic of the sun anyway, and of course silver is symbolic of the moon. And so gold is often holy and sanctified. It was one of the gift of the Magi, It was nice banisher of evil. Silver is usually more as a protection and more of a vanisher, really, probably, than gold. But scientifically, both are what's called diamagnetic, which means they can repel those electromagnetic fields, the magnetic field, right? If you put an iron thing in there, it'll accept the charge, and you put your nail, you put your screwdriver on a magnet so you can pick up your screws better because it'll accept the charge and turn it into a magnet. Well, silver's the opposite. It would push that charge away. And so since the silver pushes the charge away, they set timers for me so that I remember to do things. So I better do some things. Oh wait, that wasn't for that. That was to remind me to check the comments and see what you guys are doing. So I'm going to read the comments. Let's play some music while I read the comments. Not working. Let's see. Wrong button. Here we go. Music! It's Ambush Vin. Woo! Dance! Yeah! I'll check the comments now. Hello, everyone. Yes, it does. Deep water like ocean, well in the middle of the ocean, says Henry Cuevas. Hello, Henry. Oh, yeah, speaking of the ocean, a lot of salt is often better when it's sea salt because it's been imbued with the sunlight. So that way you got that both salt and the sunlight to kill the vampire bad things with. Natalie, you're not invisible. Hello. I'm going to get rid of the sphere. If they're around you or in your house, call upon the 5 tower where you're in center, and you call contacts that are at 4 towers to help you out. So is that like from the Dark Tower, or? Yeah, I want to know more about the towers, Alan. Tell me about the towers. Some political posts? They don't like iron either. So if you, that's right, Melissa. So if you have some friends that are fays, you might be careful about how much iron you use. But then again, sometimes the fae are also bad. So it depends on the fae. Kind of like people. A lot of comments today. Hi. Someone says, but whoever it is, hi. Hope your day kicked ass. It did. I'm Frenxotic. Hello. I think I'm hot and gloves are important in all situations, especially now. That's right, Melissa. Hi, Mom. Oh, I've really been behind on the comments. Oh, somebody said something about jewelry. I prefer silver over gold jewelry. Same. I do too. Hello, Scarlett. This, by the way, is the Jimmy Shondi Band. I'll put some of the links to these people in the comments section when I finish, so you can go check them out. Baseball bat works too. Maybe, especially on people. Children of the night, what music they make, says Richard. Yeah, kinda. We'll get to that too. Okay. Alright, now let's go back. Hit the right button this time. And so silver, as silver can actually kill bacteria. It is sometimes even used back in the day to help keep wounds clean and stuff. People actually would also put a silver dollar coin in their canteen when going across the desert so that their canteen didn't go moldy or bad stuff and you get dysentery out in the desert, which would be more than a bad thing. So silver is good. It actually, it kills the bad spirits. It kills bad bacteria. And it also has been used in fiction, like in The Witcher, where they would use one sword that was, for fools and one for the beasts, right? Well, the one for the beasts was covered in silver, and I can give a link to that as well, about how it not only kills those things, but also possibly kills Witcher beasts, because if bacteria can be killed by these things, then it can also be killed by, maybe beasts were made of larger bacteria or something. If bacteria evolved into large beasts and then you had to kill them, that silver would be the way to go. So maybe there's some science in with that fiction. Or is it fiction? Is that just a documentary of another world? Think about it. Also, laughter. Someone said children of the night earlier. Well, laughter is sometimes the best medicine. Well, it's not the best medicine, but it can actually scientifically help heal and relieve stress. And because your lack of stress, you heal better. So watching comedies are probably okay as long as you don't rip your stitches when you're doing it. But they do keep evil spirits at bay as well. So where there is boisterous joy, sorrow finds it hard to be at home. And so you don't want them in your home, so laugh as much as you can. And bells. Every time a bell rings, a demon gets his wings ripped off. Or something like that. It's a banisher of spirits, but fairies are also repelled by that too. So if you have a fae friend, you may not want to have bells around. Either way, it's not a coincidence that a lot of churches have bells of some sort around to make noise. Also, back to iron. If you remember, cemetery gates have a lot of iron. Forgot to mention that. That's not just to keep the bad spirits out or to keep people from climbing over and get the pointy things on themselves. It also keeps the evil spirits or just spirits that want to roam around inside. It keeps things in. Yeah. Cedar is a good blocker of baddies. So, if you have a cedar chest, a oak chest, it also keeps out the worms and moths, but it also keeps out some bacteria and apparently evil spirits. So scientifically, it is antimicrobial, which means that it doesn't need to be treated for water damage because it already readily doesn't absorb water. It's already that thick. It's a hardwood because it grows up north where it's cold and stuff. Usually. I mean, we've got some in the temperate zones too, but yeah. Sage. So sage is believed to banish some negative energies, although some thinks that it's just there to kind of consecrate things. So you might use something like wormwood to banish, right? Or is it the other way around? It's myrrh, not wormwood. Wormwood would probably bring things to you. Sorry about that. Don't listen to that first part. So, yeah. The myrrh, which is one of the gift of the Magi, would also banish things. And sage, after you banish them, this would help cleanse of the negative slime, spiritual slime that's in your house. You want to get rid of the spiritual slime. So you want to sweep up and get rid of the actual slime. And then you want to use the sage to get rid of the spiritual slime. That's what a lot of people say that sage does. Sweetgrass is another one, although some say it doesn't banish, it actually brings entities toward you. So it really depends on what book you read or what culture you come from. Belief is probably a bigger part of it. If you believe it works, then it probably does. It's a lot of intent, usually, which we'll get to in just a minute. Others say it draws all the entities to you, which would be bad. But if you're ghost hunting and you're kind of crazy and you want to see if things will come toward you and you've heard that there are spirits in the area, be careful because you could get anything in the area. It's kind of like cutting a hole open and doing some ice fishing and maybe Cthulhu comes out. So you don't know. Watch out. Be careful. So sweetgrass, good to have, maybe, but I would probably stick with the sage and the myrrh. Frankincense. It's often used in consecration. It's a gift of the Magi. And in recent scientific studies have shown that it relieves anxiety and depression, at least in mice. I don't know, some people smell it and feel like it's peace and they get their own one and they feel really peaceful with frankincense. Or they cough because it's really smoky too. So it depends on whether you like the smoky stuff. If you're a smoker, you probably like frankincense in your house. If you're not, you may like a little frankincense in your house, just maybe as a burning oil or something instead, which they do. They do come in oils, so you can find on Amazon. So there's that. Myrrh. Myrrh is what I talked about, is another gift of the Magi. And scientifically, myrrh can also kill parasites as well as offer you some health benefits. I don't know what the dose is of drinking myrrh. I would not do that then. I would talk to a doctor maybe. Yeah. Or, you only live once. No, I don't condone that. Maybe don't drink any myrrh just yet. But, it could, maybe smell it. I don't know how it works. You should talk to a doctor. See if myrrh in your diet is a good thing. Yeah. And also, guardians, gods, spirits, tulpas, etc. Or maybe those tower things that other fella was talking about. I don't know what the towers are. I've only seen the Dark Tower movie, which was kind of cool. But I've heard it was missing a lot. It seemed to be, I don't know. You might have a better opinion of the movie than I do. But it was still cool for what it was. But guardians, gods, spirits, and tulpas. Tulpas are thought forms that you create. And you can even put up little statues around your house and name them. And they can be little spirit guardians that go out and protect your house and your entrances and things. You can call them different things. I have some tulpas, George, Leo, Fred, Phil, and Dave, and Rain. Those, they do things for me because I made them, and they're nice. So you should try to think about that, maybe. Look it up. There's some things online. I can maybe find some more links later on. But yeah, but whatever it is that you believe in that works, maybe you're a chaos mage and you want to use a Pokemon. I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever you believe works, you put that out there, and maybe if a chant helps you, whatever it is, or maybe the next thing on the list, white light visualization. You visualize the white light of the good, spirity world, which, because white is good, right? And it gets rid of the bad. So if you visualize that, and you invoke those guardians, or gods, or tulpas, or whatever, and maybe do some Tai Chi with it. I don't know. But you can get rid of the baddies by zooming them with that white light from the good place, which is a good show. You should watch. It's a good show. A good place. Second to last is an egg or a sphere, because somebody was talking about spheres earlier, although I think the spheres you were talking about were bad things, but there are good spheres that you can get to help you protect yourself or think. Sometimes they sell spheres or eggs to help you create a cocoon around yourself. The egg, you have to visualize a barrier around you help protect you from the baddies. And so, and while I'm thinking about it, and if you like this and you want to hear about folklore in fandoms, then let me know in the comments, and I will do another one of these if you like. And you can enjoy my show if you enjoyed this show. So anyway, back to eggs or spheres. There's actually some links that they sell these things online, and but don't get ripped off, because sometimes they sell them at really high prices that are just basically a piece of plastic in a I don't know. So be careful you don't get ripped off. I'm on the last one. So before I do the last one, let me read more comments. And let's play more music. And this music is by Autopilot. You should check her stuff out. I'll put some things in the links below too, to her channels on Facebook, or actually, and on YouTube. That's where she's at, and other places. Hello, hello. Oh, Ambush Bin's back on. Okay. You are a belly full of laughs. Thanks, Sharon. Woo. Bye, Christopher. Good night. Let's see. These are microbial. Maybe, Natalie. Maybe. Or maybe that's the parts we don't see in the spirit world, and in the real world, that's what demons are in this world, the bacteria. If you think about it, though, they usually have similar things. A vampire kind of sucks the life out of you, makes you sick, kind of pale, and it turns you into a vampire, which is kind of what viruses do. They kind of get into you and turn you into them, unless you live, which is, that's what you want. So. A cedar mattress. That might be fun. A little bit hard to sleep on, Scarlett, but yeah. Maybe a cedar box spring would be the way to go. Oh, who did a wordy bird? I just seem to attract spirits, says Richard Middleton. At work, on vacation, cemeteries, nothing bad. Knocks on cedar. I see what you did there. So, if it's not bad, then yeah, you just chat with them, talk to them. If you start getting some bad things, start using maybe some of these techniques to see if you can't get rid of some of the baddies. Let's see. Let's see, man. Would they murder you for asking for a friend? I don't know. Charlotte, you have anything? Oh, somebody said something about topas. Topas are cool and scary at the same time. Yes. Oh no! People are being kicked. Facebook is kinda Zuckerberg, right? Yeah. Yeah, definitely kick Facebook. Maybe if you have some of these protections, Facebook will be good to you. I don't know. Is Facebook an evil spirit? Let me know in the comments. Ooh, you guys do want to see more stuff from me. I will. Then, you like folklore and fandoms, maybe? Something about... Ooh, how about also, let's go to hell in every culture. Because we could talk about the different hells in all of the world's mythologies. Aw, thanks, Melissa. Thank you, Galvin. Thanks, Natalie. Facebook is definitely a topa now. Probably. It is a thought form, and memes kind of are an extension of that. I'm going to get my Sage on my computer then. Sage is Facebook. That's what we need. A group saging of Facebook. Oh, come on. Scroll down. Helheim of Norse mythology. Yes, that's one of them. Hell. With the one out. That's right. Okay. Are you guys ready for the last? No, stop you. Here we go. Okay, lastly, a big tall glass of shut the hell up and get the hell out of my house. If you have the assertive gumption to tell things to F off, or you know what I'm talking about, then you probably have enough of what needs to be there. It's often a lot of what you have, your willpower against its. You know, if it's not welcome, it can't actually... See, that there's the reason why in folklore and in movies, vampires can't come in unless you invite them. That's kind of true in folklore, in fiction, you know, in actual cultural stuff about the bad stuff. So if you say, get the hell out of my house, then it kind of has to get the hell out of your house. All this other stuff can also help. You know, if you have a big, crowbar and, a bucket of myrrh, and you tell it to get the hell out of your house, it's probably going to have to get the hell out of your house. Psychologically, it's good to be assertive anyway. Just don't be too assertive, and don't be an asshole. Otherwise, people will be assertive to you. And you might find some things in, like, to make a playlist, of fight songs that get you, like, pumped up for it, you know, like fight song, you know, if you like Rachel Platt, and I do, or maybe you want Eye of the Tiger or something, or Journey's Don't Stop Believing, yeah, or I think there's even a song called Shut the Hell Up. Shut Up Your Face, that's one. That's a song. That's a real thing out there. Google it. It is. Anyway, whatever it is that helps you get your oomph out there to push out the baddies, that might be helpful. And you could listen to that stuff on a daily basis to help you prevent, to help prevent depression and other types of problems that, might get into your head, which could be also presence of bad spirits trying to get in. So all of that stuff is either good psychologically, healthfully, or just bad if it's actually real. If that stuff, the bad guys are real, that are spirits, do all that. Alright. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Love you all. I will see you maybe next time. Let me know in the comments what you'd rather see. Folklore and fandoms, or Let's Go to Hell in Different Cultures. I like that one too. So it depends on what you want to see. Let me know, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.